Wii Fit seems to be a really interesting dynamic because you have a character who really wants to get hit and a character that doesn't really care if you get hit.
Right, and the thing with Numbers Wii Fit Trainer is that he is going to be staying back a whole lot, and while Wii Fit Trainer does have quite the ability to take those stocks once deep breathing is in effect, Lucario, with any misstep from Wii Fit Trainer, is going to take all the advantage right back from it.
Plenty of activity from both of these players right out the gate. We got them just pressuring each other with little combos here and there.
Right, and at these early percents, this is where Lucario obviously at his weakest, especially just in terms of the neutral. His aerials, while all pretty decent, the lack of Aura Sphere size definitely hurts in the matchup, as it doesn't catch landings nearly as well as it would in the later percents.
That being said, we do see Vivi throwing out tons of these Aura Spheres for the sake of pressuring John's shield. And we know that he's going to be reacting with shield often. He doesn't really have much in the kit of Wii Fit to challenge. And with Vivi constantly on his tail, John doesn't have any time to gather his resources and sit at the ledge or platforms.
Right, and I do like that bait by Numbers. One that he is most famous for, the down B cancel into the shield, allows him to get a whole lot of punishes on, you know, aerials that are coming his way.
John manages to get the grab, but nothing to follow up on the header. Vivi reacting, just sitting in shield, but he's trying to stay mobile.
And that Aura Sphere sending Numbers all off the stage. Not a position that he's obviously unused to. Right here, going to be forced to land on Lucario. That's where he's going to be at his most scary. I think Numbers should a lot of times opt to just try and stay on the ledge for a little bit longer, be a bit more patient. Obviously, Aura Sphere is a big threat. But,
Although he donked, he looked like he was still going to be able to grab onto the ledge. But
yeah.
Either way, very unfortunate.
There is a very brief period during head bonk which you cannot grab the ledge, which I think is the end of the fault right there for Lucario.
Yeah, that's a shame, but John's going to take that lead and run with it as far as he can.
Literally run with it. He is not going to try and touch this man for the most part, or so you would think. Right now, giving a lot of pressure on Vivi at the moment.
Even though John is more well known for his very patient ledge play, even in a situation with a fantastic lead like this, he has been known to just go aggro, just completely push his advantage as far as he can with reckless abandon. And it works. He has the deep breathing buff to increase that damage and knockback output. He has all of the momentum on his side.
Right, and with this bit of aura, though, a momentum shift could happen in a moment. And with that excellent recovery that just came out just a moment ago, it may give a little bit more confidence back to Vivi as to figuring out how to really take the final stock off on Numbers in the end. Another attempted bait by Numbers, but using that side view as Vivi to pressure the shield very safely.
Yeah, I like how Vivi, the few times that he has used Force Bomb, has been more for the sake of the projectile aspect of it, aside from the...
Yeah, that's a super difficult situation to get out of for Numbers. Does end up choosing the right option with the jump up there.
But he's going to roll up.
He just did not react at all. And this man just ate an... Oh, that actually traded, surprisingly, or rather clanked. Usually, Wii Fit Sun Salutation fairly weak in terms of priority. Oftentimes will lose to not the strongest of projectiles. Right there, though, going dead even with that Aura Sphere.
Back air. Responding to Vivi's pressure onto shield. Vivi's still going to come back. 122.
And I shouldn't have to say it here, but this is not out of the realm of possibility at all for Vivi at this point.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy into the meme and just say that this is an outright even game.
Yeah.
But Vivi has built up a fantastic amount of aura.
But right there, a little bit of missed DI as well. But
sus DI and then also opting to land on John while John is trying to be aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Again, John is he's very poised when it comes to catching landings. Very often, he'll just always choose the right option and wait when you're either right on top of him, and he'll just put out that hitbox before you can, or he'll go right up to you right at the right moment when you're not expecting it.
Game 2 is taking us into Final Destination. I feel like this is a really good pick from Vivi. Everything that he was trying to do, I feel like the dynamic layout of Town and City was just giving John a lot more room to run away or reposition himself for an offensive. Here, there's very little room to run.
He does catch the landing right there, was Numbers, and gets a whole lot of percent out of it. Right here, though, Vivi had the opportunity to get it right back, missing out on the landing from Numbers.
John trying to catch Vivi coming down fast, but Vivi recognizing he's been a bit too just a bit too adamant in his aggressive state right now. He knows to dial it back a little bit, recognize how John's going to respond.
Right, and these early percent throw combos with a bit of aura is going to be really what allows Vivi to get back into a game in which John does come out so strong. Those throw combos from Lucario do so much, even with the smallest amount of aura.
See Vivi trying to check John's movement with Fair a lot more here in game 2. Maybe that's just a tool he didn't recognize that was at his disposal in game 1, or...
Right, it covers so much room in front of it, even below Lucario as well as it comes and swings up, which does end up helping him cover not only right above him, but the tech chases if John does opt to tech in place right in front of him.
Gets his nair into up air, but it's not going to be doing anything to really pressure Vivi too hard. Coming back onto stage and rolling right into
what
a
a
grab.
read by Numbers getting that roll. And now puts Vivi in a very scary situation. However, with that Aura Sphere, now puts himself in a disadvantage, and with a potential Aura Sphere trap at the ledge, Vivi with a solid chance to take the stock. However, that up air sending him back into disadvantage.
Amazing angling from John.
And that fair is just such a really bizarre option when it comes to like as a spike, but it has just a big enough hitbox to snipe it before Lucario's hitbox can hit Weave Train.
Really well timed from John. Once again, we see him in a position with a solid lead over Vivi. At 110 right now, deep off stage.
Oh, and he was going for the hard read with the F smash right there. Numbers throwing at the dash attack before the hitbox come out. Oh, and that should be a potential stock for Vivi. I like the mix-up with the rollback back throw, knowing that the up-smash wasn't going to connect with John's SDI. And the potential edge. Oh, Numbers is an animal. He's an animal, folks.
That is it. He took advantage of the fact that Lucario's got to wait a little bit before he extreme speeds. He like sits there for a second, meditates, and then blasts off. But all he did was blast off right where John was going to place himself. Knew that he would have to do it again because extreme speed's the only recovery option. Placed him down on the line of sights for the Sun Salutation, and it was that out.
It's just a crazy edge guard in terms of like the consistency that John has had. Like, and edge guards in general that game, the fair as well, obviously just like so consistent in all his placement of all the tools that he was going to use to edge guard Vivi.
Right.
And it just worked out so phenomenally in the end.